Hello guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Mr. Lone Wolf and we'll get stuck right into it. I've been playing Black Ops 4 for a few hours now and these are my first impressions of it so far. A couple of good points to start off. I definitely like the brightness of the maps, the way they feel a lot more kind of inviting and warm. I know it sounds a bit sad, but after a while on World War II, I don't know, it kind of felt sort of washed out and grey and a bit dull, and I definitely like these a lot more. Treyarch, I think, definitely do that quite well. What else have we got? I think the amount of recoil is pretty nice. I know obviously each gun is different, but it's definitely not too insane on this one. Like, once you're actually pointing at someone, it tends to stay on target. I also like the pace of it. Possibly be nice if you'd run a little bit faster, but that's negligible really. It's definitely a nice pace game. Couple of bad points. I'd say the time to kill on some people is ridiculous. I've had people, you start shooting in the back and they have time to turn around and shoot you. Other people seem to die just like normal pretty quick. I assume that's the body armor on the people that take a while, but I do think that can definitely not slow the pace down, but it takes nearly an entire magazine to kill them, so I think getting like triple and quad feeds is not as easy as it was on World War II. The map size, they're decent. I definitely think it's not too big or anything really. I'm not sure if I've played all the maps so far. It's nice to see a couple of the old maps back from the old Black Ops. The health system, that's not too bad. It's better than I thought, to be honest. I didn't think I'd like it, but compared to World War II, you tend to... healing took quite a while, so if you took some shots you'd hide behind a wall and then just sit there for 5 or 10 seconds waiting to heal before you'd pop back out and fight. At least in this, it kind of hurries the pace up a bit. If you manage to duck back to cover, you can just obviously stab yourself with whatever shit that is and then get back to shooting some people. Specialists, they're not bad, they definitely don't ruin the game or anything like that. Personally, for me, I've been playing Call of Duty for a good little while now. It'd kind of be nice, it wouldn't bother me if there was an option where it's not really a specialist and you just get some lethals and some flashbangs or something. That'd be a nice option, but it's not the end of the world. Couple of bad points. I've found team link for me, when it brings your own team's name up, it blocks the view quite a lot. I've had a few times where a couple of my team are basically in front of me and then someone runs out and you can barely see them because of all your own team's names in the way. The customizations and that so far, I've not really found... The game does feel slightly unfinished in that sense. I like information, I like options and stuff like... I don't even know if you can so far, but I couldn't find the way to adjust my sensitivity on the control until I was actually in a game. So there doesn't seem like there's many options really. Like, I'd like to see more stuff, sort of everything explained a bit better, but that's just me. I like information, I like to have a read, see what's going on. I do think there seems to be a little bit of a lack of guns at the minute. I know obviously it's just been released, but for what, 85 quid for the deluxe edition, I can't see a whole lot for my money so far. I've not seen any extra characters there that I unlock. I don't even know if it gave me a gun or not, but yeah, so far it's I wouldn't say amazing value for money, but overall it is definitely a good COD game. You can tell it's Treyarch. I don't know how to explain it really. There's a few things that are a bit rough around the edges, but when it comes to actual core gameplay, Treyarch do a pretty good job of that, and it does feel, I don't know, I want to keep going with that. I'm definitely pretty pleased overall with this. I think there's a lot of people that were kind of holding their breath thinking this is either going to be the end of Call of Duty really and it'll start tailing off, but I think this is a nice strong strong addition, especially for Black Ops. One thing I do think is definitely a bad idea is no campaign. Personally, I love a good campaign anyway. It's something to do when you're a bit bored of multiplayer, especially on Black Ops. Black Ops 1 had, I'd say, I don't know, joint first for me for the best campaign between that and Call of Duty 4, was it Modern Warfare? So it's definitely a shame because Treyarch do make a good campaign. Obviously I know they say they didn't have time because of Blackout, but I don't know, you're making a lot of money, you can get enough developers to develop the stuff you need if you stop being tight. So that's pretty much what I think of that. A few little nitpicking things. Kill streaks are a little bit messy. They kind of don't really, it's not very clear when you unlock stuff. I know it does say it, but it's like a faded grey version of the background. It's not very clear. And what else? The last thing, I've been using Nomad really, I think his name is. That was about the only specialist I've really used so far. The dog, it depends which side of the coin you're on really. If you've got the dog, it can be ridiculously OP. If you're against the dog, again it can be ridiculously OP and do your head in. I've seen one of the enemy's dogs run from the other side of the map to get to me, so I think that needs to be toned down a little bit. But yeah, overall I definitely think it's a good game. I don't regret buying it so far, as long as I see a bit more of my money in the coming weeks as they do updates and stuff. And that's about it. Thanks for listening, and I'll be back soon with some more content.